Here we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
It's Friday, January
Hello, Friday.
26th, and we've got some rain today, some more rain, some fog. Not as bad as it was yesterday, though. Because like yesterday, we had the fog advisory. Not bad today.
Good.
High 40, later tonight, clouds, 35, and then this weekend, on and off rain and snowing, and hovering above the freezing mark. So I'm okay with that. Much better than it was last weekend. With all the snow that we got.
Good opportunity to go and hack at some of those ice mountains that you may have still hanging around.
Yeah. I've got this like pile of slushy goop at the end of my driveway that I'm not looking forward to trying getting out of
Just
there.
run over it a few times.
I usually
just keep
do.
bashing into it. That's what I've been doing. Under there is the garbage can, but I still
try
to get it out.
On Sunday into Monday, I had to hack away a section of my yard to try and figure out how I could put the trash cans in there.
Oh, yeah.
It sucked. I was like, you know what? And Jocelyn even said, she's like, why don't you just put it at the end of the driveway?
Oh.
Just when you pull out of the driveway, just put it at the end of the driveway and you should be good.
That's such a hassle, though, because inevitably there's going to be water that collects on the lid of the garbage can. You go to pull it out, and it's all going to get over your cuffs.
Yeah, it's just going to be a mess.
Yeah.
So I carved out a big rectangle to fit because it was recycling day as well.
Okay.
So I carved out a rectangle, and luckily it was there. The trash cans, because that was what I was worried about. The trash cans were just going to be tossed all over the place. So no, they're good, and the trash was taken. So there you go.
Very nice.
Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See gomichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. The governor was here yesterday.
Yeah.
Fresh off her State of the State address, where increasing housing construction was a major focus. Governor Gretchen Whitmer stopping into Benton Harbor yesterday to announce a $300,000 grant from the Michigan State Housing Development Authority for the Berrien County Land Bank. The money will be used to pay for energy-efficient home rehabilitation projects. Whitmer toured Emma Jean Hull Flats, the Whirlpool-built apartment complex downtown, and said the development is an example of how innovation can lead to new housing all across the state.
We are absolutely focused on expanding and unique partnerships. This Whirlpool undertaking is phenomenal. Working with the Berrien County Land Bank is something that we are focused on so that we can ensure we're building out all different types of housing.
6 months after it was opened, the Emma Jean Hull Flats is now 96% occupancy. That would be a success.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Whitmer said she was pleased to announce the grant from the My Hope program for the Land Bank to increase the livability and value of homes in the county. Berrien County Commissioner Mamie Yarbrough told us that it makes a big difference.
We have so many houses that need repair. People don't want to say anything, but their furnace is not working, the electric, just so much.
Whitmer this week called for a state investment of $1.4 billion this year to build or rehabilitate nearly 10,000 homes in Michigan. State Representative Joey Andrews, on hand for Whitmer's visit, said it's especially needed in Southwest Michigan, where homes were once affordable, but now a lot of families are finding inflated pricing in the housing market. Benton Harbor area schools are moving forward with more than $1.2 million in improvements at 2 buildings following a vote this week by the Board of Education. District Support Services Chief Paul Corson tells us they're replacing boilers that are more than 5 decades old.
Boilers within the district have been kind of at their life capacity for a while. We're specifically talking about 2 boiler systems, one at Fairplain East Elementary and one at the high school here.
Corson says the talks about replacing the boilers have been ongoing for about a year. The board's vote this week begins the process of securing the equipment,
so that the companies can start manufacturing the actual boilers for us. There will still be another round of approval as we look at the contractors to actually put in and install and undergo the work of getting these boilers into their actual permanent locations.
Corson says the $1.2 million committed this week starts the process. That's not the total cost. They don't know what the total cost will be until later, until they get everything in.
Sure.
He says the district is fortunate to be able to start the process now that the state has forgiven its $12 million debt, clearing the way for investment in facilities. The new boilers could be installed this summer. Market Van Buren is highlighting its role in helping to expand broadband internet availability in Van Buren County. The group's Zach Morris is telling us that Market Van Buren started talking about the need for high-speed internet countywide in 2020 when it became clear that economic development was limited due to the absence.
We stood up a committee, a task force, to start addressing this. And we took leaders from communication companies, the county, local units of government, private sector, came together to start saying this is an important priority and we need to start making sure that when money does come down, we're in a position to take advantage of it.
Morris says Market Van Buren worked with Midwest Energy and Communications as it sought a state Robin grant for broadband expansion. Van Buren County and townships throughout put up $5.5 million to go along with MEC's investment of $15.8 million to make a state grant of $25 million possible. It's a lot of money.
Wow.
Get things connected, not only rolling out broadband to Van Buren County, but to Berrien and Cass as well.
This is a regional effort, and as we know, economic development, you need to have the regions around you also strong. So we're excited to be partnering with Midwest Energy, a strong local provider of these services.
Morris says when the project is complete, more than 3,700 addresses in the county that currently don't have broadband will.
That's awesome.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Got to have that internet.
Got to have that broadband.
Mm-hmm. Sports coming up here in just a moment. We'll find out what's happening around the nation and the world now with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. About a half hour from now, the International Court of Justice in The Hague will release its decision.
When I was growing up, living out in the middle of nowhere, we did not have the good internets.
No.
Oh, like old dial-up. And most people had the slow dial-up at that time, but just they could not get the broadband and the fast internets out that way.
How'd you do the War Games?
The War Games?
Remember that movie, War Games?
Oh yeah.
Was it who did that? Was that Matthew Broderick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep, that was a great movie.
Yeah, because you had to take the phone off the hook or whatever, and then put it on the computer thing receptacle. That was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Nowadays we don't do that.
No. Wait, you don't do that?
Well.
No, our dial-up, it was pretty slow. But yeah, the only war games, I used to play Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh,
that was a good game.
Okay,
where you would go and you'd fight Nazis.
Yeah,
and then you had to fight a robot Hitler.
Oh,
yeah,
wow, a robot Hitler.
Yeah, look it up, Wolfenstein 3D. That was back when you had to use DOS.
Yes.
And you had to use all the different commands, prompts, and all those different things in order to get into the game. But it was just one of those very much like looks kind of like what Minecraft kind of looks like today, as far as the graphics and stuff.
Look at that.
Very simple. But yeah, Wolfenstein 3D.
It looks like Hunt the Wumpus.
I had it on a floppy disk. Oh, not a regular floppy disk, not a floppy disk, but a regular, non-floppy floppy disk.
So probably the 3.5-inch one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the 5 1/4.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
I'm just looking at it here. Hey, we have folks.
Got some great people watching.
We've got Bill,
go.
Daniel, Teresa.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's becoming a thing now. Good morning, Bill.
You know what the material is in a floppy disk?
Carbon.
Mylar. Yeah. Just like the balloons.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yep.
That's how they get all the information on there.
Well, they were able to magnetize it.
Yeah.
So you get your little ones and zeros, but it's Mylar.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. It's floppy.
Well, that's nice.
I used to have a computer that had no hard drive. Just a floppy. So anything that you programmed into it, if you didn't have a disk drive to save your work, was just right there in the RAM, the random access memory. You turn it off, gone. My parents would always turn the computer off.
Oh, geez.
Drove me nuts.
Wow.
Areas of light fog today. We're going to see afternoon temperatures right around 40 degrees. Cloudy tonight, we drop to 35, and cloudy for Saturday with highs near 40. There is a slight chance for a rain-snow mix late Saturday night and Sunday morning. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. You can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. We're also streaming live on our Facebook, YouTube, and X. If you want to come hang out with us, we'd love to chat with you and get to know more about what you want to talk about. But one thing that's a big thing that we've talked about this week is Boeing and their 737.
That's right.
The
737.
737
Yep.
Max. Getting back out there.
Oh,
some of the FAA said that they will be able to fly again. I think United and Alaska Airlines, they said, yeah, we're going to clear them to fly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you see the headlines out there. Are you scheduled to fly on a 737 Boeing Max? Well, here are your options.
Yeah, they said the fleet has been grounded since earlier this month when that door flew off. They said there is a catch. Boeing isn't allowed to ramp up production, where they were going to start making plans, making 42 planes every month in February. But the FAA has said, let's hold off on that for a little bit. Let's do some more checks and rechecks. That's good. That, man, I would not want to be on that first flight of, all right, we're getting back out there, guys. We're gonna fly again. And I know issues happen all the time, but the door flying off thing, that's not what I'm signing up for.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking at a bunch of accounts. We've seen these since that incident happened of whistleblowers coming out anonymously, primarily saying, hey, there are some serious issues here, and the quality control has been lacking. And as we saw yesterday, the Boeing had a work stoppage to go through a safety talk.
Yep.
At their factory there in Renton. And so it's it can't be more serious than problems when you're mid-flight like that.
Is
and
it
the
because,
FAA, go ahead.
Is it because they're moving too fast with this production? They're trying to get all these planes out, or is it just faulty equipment? They really haven't given us a real answer.
They need to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
They need to get to the bottom of it to determine exactly what the issue or issues are, and then rectify. Because you can't have stuff coming off the line loose like that.
Right.
So,
and just the door flying off. I mean, that could have been even way worse.
Oh, sure.
The door could have flown off, and the whole thing could have been,
Yeah. If had they done that at higher altitude, this would have been a very different story.
Absolutely. Wow. So getting back out there.
Oh boy.
I did see this though. Another thing is the NASA helicopter.
Oh yeah.
The little helicopter. I've talked with there's actually a local guy who grew up in South Haven. Actually is part of the team over at JPL, and I think he just recently retired, but Jim Montgomery. I've had a chance to talk with him about this, the Ingenuity, the helicopter.
It's up on Mars.
And that whole Mars mission, he was part of the team that kind of put some of that stuff together. So pretty neat to hear about. And this was the first flight that we had for any NASA thing on an exploratory flight on a different planet. So it's a pretty awesome thing to see. But I guess the helicopter is down now, or it's going to stay on the ground?
Yeah, it's completed 72 missions, 72 flights on Mars over 3 years. And the Ingenuity helicopter mission is now over. It was originally designed as an experiment, but because it worked so well, it kept operating. And it returned data to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. But apparently, it showed now that one or more of the chopper's carbon fiber rotor blades was damaged while landing during its final flight this month. And they say the copter, they've determined, is no longer able to fly.
Aw.
Yeah. But I mean, 3 years and 72 flights on Mars.
Yeah.
Who knew?
That's pretty awesome.
I didn't know we had a little drone flying around on Mars.
Yeah, they were just like, I remember when they were talking about
Thought we just had the buggies going back and forth.
No, they got the little drone things.
Yeah.
And I imagine in 72 missions, they were probably able to do a lot and cover a lot of cover a lot of ground and see
the Martians.
The Martians, yeah, see what they're doing, spy on them in their backyard when they're cooking up something on the grill.
No. They were delivering Amazon products.
Yes, that's what they were doing. That's what they're doing. Yeah, that thing is pretty cool to see that. That whole mission was and has been an exploratory and also, I guess, gathering a gathering of things, because they've been doing drilling to get certain soil samples and all that stuff. And then like the next mission to Mars, I guess, will be what brings that stuff back.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
when we bring the Martians back here in 10 years or whatever it may be.
But they got their money's worth out of it. They expected to carry out five missions, five tests in 30 days, but 72
That's
flights.
amazing.
Yeah, over 3 years.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's a great battery life, by the way.
Heck yeah. And the fact that they just thought, we just want to see if you can even fly. We didn't even know if the atmosphere and all the stuff that we were doing, if it was even able to fly. And sure enough, it did, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty cool. Now I want one.
Yeah. I had to re-register my drone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have a drone, just a little it's not commercial, it's a recreational type drone.
Yeah.
It has a nice little camera on it and stuff like that. But the FAA, remember when there was drone mania going on, made everyone register their drones. And so I did that. Well, then they came out with this new regulation that said you've got to have a remote ID on it.
Oh.
So not only do I have to plaster a little, sticker on it with its own unique registration number, like a license plate, I now have to have a remote ID, so nobody has to get up and physically look at it. It just transmits that out into the world, which is fine. I get it. I understand and everything else. But at first, when the requirement was first issued, I looked at the manufacturer of my drone is DJI. They basically do all the recreation, a lot of the drone
They
stuff.
sell a lot of those.
They sell a lot of those things to silly people like me. But I looked to see, how am I going to comply with this remote ID thing?
Sure.
And there was no clear answer. And DJI wasn't saying anything. And so I thought, oh gosh, am I going to have to buy something and affix it to my drone? And how is that going to work? But
is that going to throw off the balance, or is it also going to throw off the balance of my bank account?
But yeah, exactly. But the beauty of it is they came out with a software kind of update, a firmware update, actually. Firmware update. I was able to download the update, but I couldn't get it into my drone. Why? Because my phone interface had changed. So it was no longer a Lightning, it was a USB-C. So I had to buy an $8 dongle to get a $5 registration done.
See, this is why I haven't gotten into hobbies like this, because I feel like hobbies like that, hobbies like boating and even fishing and a lot of these other things, I'm like, there's just going to be another thing that I'm going to have to buy and I'm going to have to pay for. And I'm just not into doing
It's a hole in the water. You just keep pouring money in.
Yeah, exactly. Now you got a hole in the air.
Well, but I'm happy because, again, for $13, I'm now once again legal when my renewal comes up next month.
You're not flying dirty.
Not flying dirty. Not flying dirty. And they even had me download a new app.
Of course they did.
Yeah. For free.
Download an app. Allow us to track all the stuff.
They are going to track me even better now.
Well, other things. What else we got on the list of things to talk about here this morning?
At some point, we should talk about the Lions, because it's another exciting weekend.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I was actually saw a buddy of mine just the other day at my niece's graduation, and he said he's a huge Lions fan.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm going to the game.
Oh, he's going.
He's going. He bought tickets to the game. I didn't ask how much the tickets were.
Yeah, let's find out. Text him.
Even the worst, even the nosebleed section is probably pretty expensive.
Yeah,
but it's one of those once in a lifetime things.
Yeah.
Every playoff game for the Lions so far, all those wins, a lot of those are once in a lifetime experiences because they have not been to any sort of championship in a long time. They did well in the 1991,
right?
But a lot of people didn't have a chance to be a part of that stuff. So it's pretty amazing to see where they're going and where they're headed. It's going to be a tough game to go up against the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco.
Yeah.
But it should be a good game.
Yeah. You think Jim Harbaugh, since he's over there, is going to stop over?
I was wondering because
he's pretty close.
He's a former coach.
He knows some people in the NFL now.
Yeah. I would not.
I bet they
not
cart him over there.
Yeah.
And then they tell the cameras, look, it's Jim Harbaugh.
I bet there's already, because I did some betting past weekend.
Did you give me half the money?
I did not give you half the money.
No, you're supposed to give me all the money, and I give you half back.
Right.
Okay.
No, I think I did all right. There were a few bets that I did that I did lose.
I'm going to modify my proposal, but go forward.
Okay. That I did use and lose, and it was one of those where, like, the yardage. It was like the passing yards for one of the players. They were like, yeah, Jared Goff, this many yards. He's going to throw less than this many yards.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I think he will. Sure enough, he threw 0.5 yards more.
Oh, geez.
And I lost that bet.
See, okay, you want to ready for my proposal?
Okay.
Okay, my modified proposal, because Johnny sometimes likes to reach deep into his wallet and bet online. It's usually like $1, $2, something like that, and he usually gets $1.17 back, which I don't know what you do with the pennies, but anyway. So here's my proposal.
Okay.
What I think you should do is every time you want to bet, you give me all the money you're gonna bet.
Okay.
And if you lose, I will give you half your money back. If you win, I will give you all your money back.
Oh.
And let's see how that does.
So all I have to do
Yeah.
is not actually bet on the app
Right.
that I bet on.
Don't actually bet. Pretend you're going to bet and then just give me the money.
But I just need to track it.
No, just give me the money. I'll track it.
I give you you're going to track the whole
Sure.
thing? I don't know if I trust that.
Oh, come on.
I have to have it.
And then when you lose, you still get half your money back.
I have to have a third party a third party,
A
not
neutral-
involved.
a neutral third party?
Yes.
We'll get
that
Andrew.
can handle all that stuff.
We'll get Andrew because, he's got time between flick picks.
No, Andrew's just going to leave. He's just going to run,
He's gonna
run away
pocket
with
the
my
money.
money. Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm going to see a big soda in there, and
He's
I'm
going
like,
to be eating Arby's curly fries.
hey, where'd you get that 2-liter of soda? You usually only get the 20 ounce. Oh, big spender over there.
Yeah.
No, the Lions, I think it's going to be a great game. I mean, the fans, like my buddies, my buddy's just one of the many, I'm sure, Detroit Lions fans that are going to be making that flight to head out there to San Francisco. And his uncle lives out there, he said. So that was the way he was able to save a little bit of cash, not have to spring for a ridiculously priced hotel. But how do you feel about the game, sports ball wise?
Sports ball wise, I'll hold, but I'm pulling for the Detroit Lions. I just want to see. They looked great last week. Yeah, I feel good about it.
It's going to be a hard fought game, and I will say that as we've heard about every press conference, everybody keeps their eyes on Dan Campbell, the head coach, who is just an amazing coach. He's a great leader. He's one of those guys that you would go to battle with him, even if you're like, I'm not an NFL football player, but anytime he speaks and talks about how he motivates his players and gets them pumped up, I'm like, all right, I'm in. I'm in. So to see that and to see all these players succeed and to see how the Detroit Lions are now winning, it's been a great season. So I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who I'd like to see in the Super Bowl
for sure.
But I just don't know who it's going to end up being. I mean, of course, a lot of people want to see the battle between how the cameras are going to be able to handle if the Lions and the Chiefs go all the way to the Super Bowl. You've got Eminem.
Oh yeah.
To point the camera at.
For sure.
You've also got Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Who are you gonna go to?
Wow.
Also, with the halftime show, if you had Lions and Chiefs go all the way to the Super Bowl, at what point, if you're Usher doing the halftime show, do you, like, in between, before the week before the game happens, do you text Eminem and Taylor Swift and just be like, hey, so I know I'm going to do my show, but if you guys want to make a special appearance,
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with that.
I think you're right. I think they need to have a rap battle between Taylor and Eminem. If that happens, if that Super Bowl lineup happens, rap battle, Eminem, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's a lost cause for Taylor Swift.
Well, and that's how the game should
best
go.
Rapper, best rapper out there,
and that's how the game should go.
So
I am a rap god.
That's how the coin flip should go.
Yeah,
between the two of them.
What
Instead of doing the flipping of the coin, they do the rap battle.
Do the rap battle.
Whoever wins, that's the team that gets the ball first.
Will it be MTV claymation style at the end?
Yep.
Where they just
celebrity death match.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be. Well, we got a lot of other things to get to. We'll catch you up on more sports as well as news.
We should talk about food as well.
Because
we always talk about food, but I was consulting the internet experts for 50 best game day foods to fuel your football party.
Okay.
So we can talk about
Did you find vegetarian ones?
Not yet.
Okay. Maybe some salmon, maybe some fish.
Yeah,
some
pescatarian. I could do
pescatarian would be good.
Yeah.
Just a nice smoked salmon.
Take a big bite out of a fish.
Delicious.
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you up with your Bloomberg Market Minute here next.
Just as the roots of a mighty oak run deep, Sturgis Bank is.
All right.
Yeah,
Good
it's
morning,
exciting.
everybody.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic game. I will. Yeah, basically, don't talk to me over this weekend because luckily the games. I believe both games are on Sunday, so at least I can get projects done and things I need to do weekend wise done on Saturday, and then Sunday it's just me in front of the TV.
So I'm looking for the time of the game. Is it a 6:30?
Yeah, I believe the AFC Championship is at like 3. So I think the other game is later.
6:30 is what they're saying here, which makes sense.
What do we got here? Teresa says, my friend and I went to Florida and our flight had a stop in Ohio and we couldn't fly out the night because our plane had birds.
Oh.
The plane had birds?
Angry birds?
Yeah.
Maybe they hit a bird.
Yeah, the birds flew into the windshield and broke it. So the airline gave us a free stay at a hotel and first class.
Whoa.
Nice.
Whoa. At the hotel first class. That's very generous. You used to hear a lot more of that. The airlines would do that, but then to save money and penny pinchers, they're like, your flight delay is only 8 hours, and technically we don't have to give you anything.
So they're like, just
hang out at the airport.
Hang out at the airport.
We'll give you a voucher for a hot dog down the way.
The longest delay that I think, I don't fly often, but the longest delay that I've had was, I think 4 hours, and that sucked.
Yeah. Mine was 17 hours in Las Vegas. And so I was in the Las Vegas airport for 17 hours because Washington, D.C. had experienced, I think it was 2006, the biggest blizzard it had ever had.
Oh, yeah.
And so the closest I could get was, I think, Pennsylvania, rented a car, and then I could only get within 6 blocks of my house. And then I had to park the car and walk the rest of the way.
In the snow.
Oof. Yeah.
Ouch.
But, yeah, that was no fun.
But
in a Vegas airport for 17 hours, they have nothing but slot machines that make a lot of noise.
I was going to say, there's
still in
no
my head.
chance you're going to sleep.
Bing,
but
bing, bing,
two,
bing, 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 bing.
did you get to go like to the?
I didn't want to
leave and go to the strip and stuff like that.
No. You had to stay in the airport because they gave you false hope.
Yeah, but
every other hour.
Because if you told me, okay, you won't have a flight for 17 hours, like,
then I'd go somewhere else.
I'm going to restaurants. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to experience Vegas. I'll be back here in half a day. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, I can't imagine. You probably have those sneak into your dreams all the time.
Oh yeah, one-armed bandits holding me up, making noises. Bing, 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 bing.
All right, we've got a lot to get to this morning, as we always do. I always say we have a lot to get to because we literally just, like a vacuum cleaner, just suck up all of the information from the internet and we try to spew it out
as fast
as we can and as entertaining as we can. Food wise, man, I'm excited. I think I look forward to, people always say, well, I look forward to the football. I look forward to the commercials. I look forward to the food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
whether
absolutely.
Whether it's just me and Jocelyn hanging out at home watching the game, or if I've got friends coming over, it just whatever combinations of delicious things we can come up with.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to some more ideas. So we'll do some of that here in just a moment. Let's jump over to our Bloomberg Market Minute, get you updated there.
So walk out and risk another brand boycott. Levi Strauss is trimming its workforce. The jeans maker said it would cut 10 to 15% of its corporate staff after its earnings guidance missed estimates and revenue fell short in the latest quarter overall. One bright spot, sales in its Americas division rose almost 6% and did beat expectations. Wall Street traders pushed stocks to another all-time high on speculation the Fed will be able to engineer a soft landing. Gains ranged from almost 0.2% for the NASDAQ to almost 0.2% for the Dow yesterday. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm just looking at all these foods
that
people like for the football games. Holy mackerel, I'm very hungry right now.
On the news this morning, they had donuts. They were at some donut shop that was doing like Lions-themed donuts, and I was like, oh. I would love to be an on-the-scene reporter for television, but only when they get to do those fun things like, oh, we're going to the bakery. Oh, we're going to the zoo. We're going to these things.
You want to be the lifestyle reporter.
Yeah.
The entertainment lifestyle guy.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Because I am
we can do that. I mean, because we stream on the video thing.
That's true.
So
just start going out.
If you make donuts, listen up.
Yeah, donuts. You do fun things, delicious things. Well, you got to pay us whatever product that you make.
We'll let someone else settle that.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Yeah. What do we got going on in the news? Let's find out.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Happy Friday. In the local news that we're following, fresh off her State of the State address, where increasing housing construction was a major focus, the governor, Gretchen Whitmer, stopping into Benton Harbor yesterday to announce a $300,000 grant from the Michigan State Housing Development Authority for the Berrien County Land Bank. The money will be used to pay for energy-efficient home rehabilitation projects. Whitmer toured Imogene Hull Flats, the Whirlpool-built apartment complex downtown, and said the development is one example of how innovation can lead to new housing in the state. And 6 months after it opened, by the way, the Imogene Hull Flats, 96% occupancy.
That's amazing.
That was a fun thing to report, I imagine, to the governor when she visited yesterday.
That's great.
Yeah, very nice thing. She was there for the groundbreaking when they announced.
Right. Yeah.
And one of the several officials there. So nice to have her come back and see how that is done very well. In the governor's address on Wednesday, in addition to building more housing, she called for a lot of tax credits, pre-K education for all children, a caregiver tax credit, and free community college for high school graduates. West Michigan Policy Forum Chair John Kennedy says he likes that we're focused on growth and economic development, but he thinks we're going about it the wrong way. We'll hear more from him at 8 o'clock this morning. And then a popular Upper Peninsula resort, the Porcupine Mountain Wilderness State Park, is now open for the season. Porky's Winter Sports Complex. You ever been to Porky's?
Like the movie?
No, the winter thing.
No.
Up there. And Ontonagon has fresh powder, 20 downhill runs that are open. And they say when you go up there and start skiing or snowboarding or whatever you do, you can have a great view of Lake Superior. How fun does that sound? It's like a winter wonderland. They do warn that grass, dirt, and rocks are visible in some areas, so use caution, but they are open if you are visiting the Porcupine Mountain Wilderness State Park this weekend. They also have snow bike rentals that will come up in February.
Ooh, snow bike, like the fat tire things?
I don't know. Snow Go bikes.
Okay.
Snow Go. We'll look and see because maybe they have the ski on them.
Okay.
Yeah. In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Sports on the way here in just a few minutes. Also, if you're getting hungry and ready for the big game and really just football weekend for the next few weekends, we'll get you we'll get the appetizers. We'll get you hungry.
You're still thinking about the Snow-Go bike, which I just looked up, and they have 3 skis, 1 in the front, 2 in the back.
Okay.
It's a ski bike. It's not the fat tire.
It's like the mullet of bikes.
It's the mullet of
Business
bikes.
in front, party in the back.
That is exactly correct.
Right. Sports in just a few minutes. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. Oakland County prosecutors have...
Like, well, feed your appetite. I think that's what I was trying to say there.
Wet. W-H-E-T. They'll whet your appetite.
Whet your appetite.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's a great word. We don't use it enough.
No, nobody uses that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll talk a little bit about food. What is everybody else doing this morning? What do we got?
Wordle.
Check on our
Doing the Wordle.
Teresa says yuck. I don't know what she was saying yuck about.
Take a big old bite out of a fish.
Oh, yeah, probably. Bill says this weekend is the Rolex 24 at Daytona for sports cars. Much better than any game. Oh, I don't know, man. I like racing. It's fun to watch, but to me, the most exciting sport, cricket, of course. And then football's up there. Football is one of those that I enjoy a lot. I mean, playing it and then watching it, but also there's a lot of downtime in football. When you're playing the game of football, there's a lot of downtime.
You ever watch rugby?
Some of it. I have not watched it lately, but yeah, I've watched rugby.
Have we talked about the All Blacks in New Zealand?
Yeah, I
They're
think
the
so.
ones that do the kind of the tribal ceremony in front of the game to really intimidate their opponents. If you ever have a chance, watch a YouTube. They have the full games on YouTube. You watch one of those games.
They're fun.
Those are exciting, and there's no downtime. It's like soccer and football put together. And for the full time, they are just going at it back and forth. How they do it, I don't know.
Same thing with watching soccer or football,
right?
The real football.
Yeah.
Watching that, just the marathon of running back and forth that they do is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, with that one, there's no downtime, but it can be boring until they're getting close to the goal because there's just so much back and forth and back and forth. And then, they're going to score. Oh, they saved it. Hockey. I enjoy watching hockey. Don't watch that enough.
Did you like when they added the little digital trail behind the puck?
I only think they do that in certain, I don't think they do it on all broadcasts.
Yeah, not the high schools.
No, I mean, I've seen even some
NHL.
professional ones in the NHL, and I haven't noticed the
because I think some fans didn't like it.
Probably.
I kind of enjoyed it, but I could see it's like,
I get kind of annoyed with because they have in football they have the first down marker. The yellow first down marker.
Yeah.
But now they've been adding even more stuff. Like they do the first down marker, but then they do like the where the line of scrimmage is.
Yep.
They're doing that. Then they're also doing a bunch of other random graphics on the field. It's getting a little messy. A lot of stuff going on there. But the first down marker, great invention.
I like that. Yeah, because that helps understand a little bit further. And even it sounds like the announcers are relying so heavily on it now. They say, oh, well, the ball should have been spotted there. And why are they putting it there? Well, okay,
right.
That kind of thing. That happened in this last game.
Yep.
With the Lions.
And if you watch a lot of those NFL, especially the centers, the guys, when they grab the ball, they'll sneak the ball up a little bit. Not that it really does anything.
Yeah.
Stan Honey is the guy that contributed a lot of graphic enhancements to sports, including the yellow first down marker. So if you ever have trivia of who invented it, Stan Honey.
Oh.
So there you go. You learn something new every day.
Yep. So if you're not watching football, as Bill mentioned, the 60-second Rolex 24 at Daytona International Speedway happens Saturday.
Who's driving? What kind of cars?
They are cars. They have 4 wheels.
Are they NASCARs or are they Indy cars? Like what type of car are we driving?
It looks here like this is the IMSA Sports Car Championship.
Okay.
And so you're going to have it's the Acura, Cadillac, Porsche, BMW.
Okay.
They've got some Grand Touring prototypes there.
Neat.
They've got the Le Mans prototype. Looks like they have a few. I'm sure NASCAR's probably got snuck something in there. Maybe.
Because the Daytona 500, that's coming up. That'll be here before you know it as well.
No idea. Yeah. 24 hours a day. Any of those endurance races are just fabulous. I love it.
500 miles, man. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
My favorite NASCAR to watch, and really a lot of my races are the road races, where they've got
the rally.
Not even just rally races. There's the road courses where they have to turn They have to turn more than just left.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what these things
like Watkins Glen. When they do that one at Watkins Glen, that one's always fun to watch.
The endurance races are fabulous because it can be monotonous for sure. But then you really test out the car and the driving team, and find out, okay, who can put the best machine together that lasts the entire time. I think they should do it just on one tank of gas.
I think so too.
Yeah. Well, I like the paint jobs they're doing now. They're really cool.
They look a lot cooler. Yeah.
The wraps.
Mm-hmm.
One of them has like a grill full of teeth.
Ooh.
Just like the whole thing is teeth.
Is anybody sponsored by Wonder Bread or Old Spice?
I don't see them
like Talladega
here.
Nights.
I love that movie.
It's one of the greatest movies.
Itty bitty little baby Jesus. He was a full grown man.
Well, I mean, you have as far as like NASCAR movies.
Yeah.
You have Days of Thunder.
Tom Cruise.
And then you've got Talladega Nights. I mean,
Wasn't
there's
Kenny Rogers in a NASCAR movie?
I believe he was.
NASCAR. Let's see. Six Pack. 1982.
Six Pack.
Was that before you were born?
1982?
Yeah.
Yes, it was 5 years before
There
I was
you go.
born.
You should go back and watch Six Pack.
Okay.
Kenny Rogers.
I will check that out. All right. Let's get back to the show here in a moment. When did Days of Thunder? That was 86, I think.
Let's see. Days of
A few scattered rain showers, but becoming cloudy with a few areas of light fog today. We're going to see afternoon temperatures right around 40 degrees. Cloudy tonight, we drop to 35, and cloudy for Saturday with highs near 40. There is a slight chance for a rain-snow mix late Saturday night and Sunday morning. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Yep.
Hey, good morning.
1990.
1990, Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
You can call that classic because it was a long time ago.
Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
I think that's when they first started dating and stuff.
Oh,
right?
really?
I don't know if they were like officially together until that movie. I think maybe that movie was the where they got to know each other.
He also had John C. Reilly in there, who was also in
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. Yeah. The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
He definitely bounced between the serious roles. And then when I think he met Will Ferrell and they teamed up, they were like, okay.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly's doing comedy from now on.
Yeah, he's so much better at comedy.
Yeah. I did hear, because Tom Cruise, he's in this point now in his career where he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take all those, just like Harrison Ford has kind of been. We're going to take all those movies that you did back in the prime of your career
and redo them.
We're going to not even redo them. We're going to do a sequel.
Oh, no.
And I will say it's working.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Still haven't seen that one.
Really, really, really good. They did a great job with that one. But then, like, Harrison Ford's been doing the Indiana Jones, he did the Star Wars and all those ones. But yeah, they talked about a Days of Thunder
revisit
sequel. Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
It'd be different.
Say what you will about Tom Cruise. I appreciate him.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch him.
As a person and all the stuff that he does outside of the big screen. Yeah. I don't care about that stuff. I care about what he's doing in the movies.
It's just like Jack Nicholson always said. It's like, I will not show my face in public life. I won't talk about politics or any of those things. Won't take a stand anywhere because people don't care. They want to know the actor on the screen, and that's it. And that's what I'm going to give them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, other things going on, big screens. You may be looking at a big screen TV, watching some football this weekend, and then maybe looking at the big game and the Pro Bowl and all these. Basically, football is wrapping up, but that means time to break out the food.
Oh yeah.
So you got some food ideas for us?
Absolutely. I did a extensive search of the internet, and I found the best place to give us some ideas for food for the big game was the Pioneer Woman.
The Pioneer Woman really is the best source.
I think so, because she spares no cost with butter or lard or salt or any of the good stuff. It's all in there. Cheese.
I usually look to, if it's a Martha Stewart recipe, I know it's going to be delicious.
Yeah.
And then if it's Guy Fieri.
Yeah, Guy does a good job.
Especially restaurant suggestions, I go Guy Fieri.
Mm-hmm.
But Emeril Lagasse also.
Emeril's the king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he and I share the same birthday, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that day.
Nice.
Yeah.
But then there's that Ina Garten or whatever that does Barefoot Contessa, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
There are certain recipes.
I thought you were talking about Enya.
No, not Enya. No, there are certain chefs or ones you see on TV that I don't go to their recipes because I know it's probably an ingredient that I cannot find.
Oh,
if you got to go find this in the specialty market
in the high altitudes
somewhere
of the Andes, you can get this special ingredient, and your dish won't taste good unless
if you
have
can't
it.
find it, store-bought's fine.
Yeah.
But what do you got from the Pioneer
All right, so
Woman?
she's got a list there of 50 of the best foods for football.
Okay.
Game day food, it's called, if you want to look it up. We'll put the link in our stream. How about that? I'll send it to you after this. But I won't go through all 50, but some of the top 20. Texas chili, that's a good one to make for you can have the meats, you can have the beans, you can have the cheeses. Buckeyes, no bake easy treats. She has up there, but then you get into the slow cooked pork and the stromboli and other things. Here's one that I hadn't heard of before. Big old pie dish out. Inside of it, you've got pizza makings, and she calls it pizza dip.
Pizza dip?
Yeah. So all the ingredients that you love that you top on pizza, you just put it in a big old dippable type thing. And instead of chips, because that's not going to be strong enough to get it out, you put little slices of toasted bread. Yeah. Like crostini or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, toasted baguette slices or breadsticks. So pizza dip.
Yeah, that's the thing with a dip. You have to have the right vehicle
to transport
to dip it, because if you're like, just take your regular ruffle potato chips, and then it doesn't even penetrate. It's
another dip, crock pot buffalo chicken dip.
I do love buffalo chicken dip.
4 types of cheese in there. You can skip the store-bought shredded cheese. Just put blocks of cheese in there, and if you let it sit there long enough, it'll melt in. Or you can make the kids shred it.
Yeah, I'm looking at this too. Checking out her the $1 million dip.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Bacon, green onion, crunchy almonds, plenty of cheese.
Yeah,
this
gotta
dip
have cheese.
She says this dip tastes like $1 million.
Okay, for the sweet tooth, football cookies.
Okay,
football shaped cookies. So
I'm down with that.
Your choice of whatever. Ham and cheese sliders. You just use the King's buns. The Hawaiian King buns. Italian sandwich. Let's see. Rainbow fruit skewers. I don't think those will be taken up. Beer brats. Those are a standard.
Okay.
Here's the bacon ranch pasta salad.
Bacon ranch pasta salad.
Yeah. So, I mean, who doesn't like bacon? Who doesn't like ranch dressing? Who doesn't like pasta in a salad? Put it all together. Maybe put some chickpeas in there as well. Some green beans. Here's one. Bacon wrapped jalapeno thingies. Yeah, so you basically you roast the jalapenos, you carve them out, you put a bunch of cheese in there, and then you wrap the whole contraption in bacon.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
you wrap it in bacon, I'm good.
Cowboy caviar, look that one up. Cowboy cookies, I don't know what that is.
Cowboy cookies, I saw that too. That looks good.
Okay, so cowboy cookies, chocolate, nuts, coconut, and oatmeal.
Oh,
apparently they're addictive.
Cowboy cookies. That combination. Yeah, would be.
You like coconut? You're okay with coconut?
I'm good with coconut.
I love coconut.
Yeah, my mom
Some
does.
people hate coconut.
My mom will do a nice no-bake cookie.
If there were a coconut allergy, I'm sure a lot of people would claim it.
Yeah,
I love coconut.
I'm good with
Your
coconut.
mom makes a coconut
She
thing?
she makes a really good, just simple chocolate no-bake cookie. It's got oatmeal. It's got coconut.
No bake?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You don't bake it.
You just mix it. Does it dry out? Does it form into something?
Yeah,
Is it just dough?
It stays solid. No, yeah. So
Okay.
you just mix some of this stuff together, and you put chocolate in there, and you melt down the chocolate a little bit. So when the chocolate starts to solidify, then you've got this little plop.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Rounding out the top 5, you've got breakfast burritos to go. Breakfast burritos are delicious any time of the day. Chicken nachos, which if you are a vegetarian or pescatarian, you can just use the veggie dogs. Because my thought is you just chop up the hot dogs and use that in your nachos.
Yeah, that sounds appetizing.
I would love that. I'm down for that. I will make that. Nutella crispy treats. Just put a whole bunch of Nutella in there with your Rice Krispie treats. Buffalo chicken sloppy joes, and the number 1 is the $1 million dip that you already spoiled. So yes, there it is.
Sorry. I go from top to bottom.
Oh, okay.
That's where I go.
I heard that.
I didn't scroll the way. I was like, ooh,
you
what
want
about
number
this?
50? Yeah.
Yeah. What's 50?
Number 50. Well, number 49 is the Instant Pot barbecue beef sandwich, and number 50 is a chocolate sheet cake.
Okay.
Yeah, just the chocolate cake. It's in a sheet. You spread it out. It's yummy.
That's how with the game day food. And I'll go through. Look at this list and maybe get some ideas. But what I always think of when I'm thinking of game day stuff is what can I make and not take up too much of my time.
Yeah. Something simple.
That's not distracting, but then also something I can keep warm. And I don't want a bunch of different contraptions on the counter. I don't want the instant, let's do the instant pot. We got to get the crock pot. Oh, you got to break out a few pans. Oh, you got to use the oven. If I'm going to do something, it's either something in the crock pot, maybe something that I bake ahead of time in the oven, or maybe something on there. But I don't want, 6 million different things in a bunch of dishes.
Have your friends bring it over. Like cheeseburger dip.
All right. So
I think dips are the Pioneer Woman is focused on dips because she's got a pizza dip, the cheeseburger dip that's here. She also has a pepperoni queso.
Yeah. I like the idea of doing all this, but
first, do it all.
As you said, got to find friends, get friends to come over. I just have to find friends first. So if anybody wants to be my friend, Jocelyn chiming in on the chopped hot dog nachos.
Yeah, definitely.
She said, no.
Oh, come on.
No. What are you gonna get? The veggie hot dogs in the can? Those are not.
No, those
good.
are Vienna sausages.
The Vienna sausage.
Those are still meat. That's still
those are vegetarian. They make vegetarian ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you don't.
I've seen them at Apple Valley.
You don't want those.
I bet they're fine.
There's a lot of salt. In those things.
Puppy chow. You ever had puppy chow?
Love me some puppy chow. My mom makes it all the time.
That looks yummy.
Yeah. Had some over this weekend.
So we went total food this morning.
Yeah,
Enjoy
that's
your breakfast.
The game day. Yeah, any other game day suggestions for food go-tos? I mean, I think the classic, things like pulled pork, throw that and put that in a crock pot.
Yeah.
And just dips, just all the dips.
So, anything that you like, put it as a dip.
Yeah, try that with and then like the bagel chips. Bagel chips or pretzel crisps, those are pretty good too to be good vehicles to lift that hefty dip.
Yeah.
So,
no.
Can't make a good dip without the right.
If you have a dip idea that we didn't mention here, feel free to shoot it to us in the comments.
So yeah, you can go, and by the way, we posted that
link.
that link to those recipes if you want to check that out as well.
Yep.
Here in just a few minutes, we've got your Moody on the Market update. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Everybody loves a bargain. Say it. You love a bargain. I love a bargain. He loves a bargain.
Yeah, love a good dips. Love a good just classic nacho, just cheese dip. Throw that with some of the chili in there.
Yeah. Maybe a hot dog dip.
You and the hot dogs, man.
No, we had nachos recently, and I suggested to Stephanie that we have the hot dog dip, and she had the same reaction, I think, as Jocelyn. It's like, no, not going to do it.
Well, I mean, when you
I think you have to see it.
Yeah, when you are vegetarian or pescatarian, you have limited options.
Yeah,
and you have to be creative.
Right.
And as if other people may look at it and say, "Oh, that's weird," like, no, this works.
Yeah. For those of you who will be commuting soon, if your travels take you on the Glean-Buchanan Road, it is closed due to flooding. Just getting a notice in from the Department of Transportation Road Department staff are working to facilitate a total road closure in that area because there's tons of water over the road. Maybe not literally tons, but you know how much it takes for a vehicle to get sideways in running water? Not standing water, but in running water?
2 inches.
6. Yeah, at 6 inches, if you're going through running water that's 6 inches, your car could be swept away.
Do people if I'm not sure, do I need to bring a ruler or tape measure with me to test the waters?
To me, that's an eyeball thing. If it looks like it's even anywhere close to 6 inches, I'm not doing it.
Sometimes that can be deceiving because like some of that in certain areas, if there's a dip, more of a dip, like in Niles heading home, even by the near the courthouse, there's always this one spot where it dips, and I'm like, oh, gotta watch out for that. Gotta watch out. And it's just a big pool.
Yeah.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Something to note is when you're driving around this morning, be careful because as we've talked about all morning, the warmer temperatures, the rain, that's causing, I'm surprised we haven't had a lot of flood warnings in some areas, but there's a lot of water on the roads to watch out for.
Yeah, Berrien County Road Department making note that they're closing the road, Galeen Buchanan Road between Boyle Lake and Wells Road because of excessive water that's over the roadway. So if your travels take you on that Galeen Buchanan Road between Boyle Lake Road and Wells Road, note that it's closed right now because of the excessive water over the roadway. And don't drive around the barriers. They're putting them up right now. Public, you're advised to seek alternative routes.
Okay.
Until the water levels. Alternative routes. See how I put an extra syllable in
like
there?
Your as your GPS would say, rerouting.
Yeah,
rerouting.
Reroute yourself.
All right, your Moody on the Market update is happening right now, and we tell you about all these great stories brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And talking about another spectacular Ken, Dr. Ken Flowers, Lake Michigan College's provost and vice president of academic affairs, has been named post-secondary professional of the year by the Michigan Association of Career and Technical Education.
Now, other Ken, also known as Ken Flowers.
Yes.
He's going to be honored during the Michigan Career Education Conference that's coming up, is it this weekend or like Monday? Monday the 29th?
Yeah.
At the Amway Grand Hotel in Grand Rapids, one of the finest hotels and event centers for making significant contributions towards career and technical education, or CTE programs, while demonstrating a strong commitment towards CTE throughout Michigan.
Yeah, Dr. Flowers, St. Joe resident, has a long history with LMC. He says he's a proud LMC graduate and former faculty member who served as LMC's Dean of Career and Workforce Education. In his current role, he serves as the college's Chief Academic Officer, providing administrative leadership, direction, and evaluation for faculty affairs. So congratulations for being named Professional of the Year, Dr. Ken Flowers.
And for winning the award for the second place award for Best Ken.
Hey, thanks.
You didn't win first.
Oh, darn it.
No,
I was assuming.
Ken. Different Ken.
You can read that article about Dr. Ken Flowers at moodyonthemarket.com.
And your update brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
We're watching over you.
And the chili thing's happening this weekend too.
Yeah, chili tour.
St. Joseph.
You can go to the market. They got a lot of cool stuff going on there.
Yep. I think I'm going to convince the boys to go on the chili tour with me.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that way they can have their meat and I can find my vegetarian chili.
And you just buy, and the great part about it is you get the map, you pick up your map, and then that tells you all of your options. So if you're into the spicy, you're into the meaty, you're into the combination of both meaty and spicy, or if you need a vegetarian option, they got you covered there.
Why am I an option? Why isn't it like a meat option?
Like meat is an option?
Here's the chili. It's all vegetarian. And if you want the meat option, go over there. What are you telling me? What are you saying?
To me, chili is beans and meat.
It can be. It can be.
But what is it? Is it Cincinnati chilies just all meats?
Yeah, Cincinnati chili is just the finely ground meat and then the cinnamon in it, and it is fantastic.
It is good.
If you put it on spaghetti, they like to do that. That's good stuff there.
I like have you been seeing this in this grocery store a lot of the Wendy's chili?
No.
Wendy's has now you
they're canning their chili?
They're canning their chili and you can pick it up. I have not tried it. So I don't know if it's as nearly as good as the one that you can get at Wendy's.
Huh.
But Wendy's chili. The invention of the Wendy's chili was basically like, hey, we got all these burgers that we just made fresh.
That's right.
It's towards the end of the day. What do we do with it? Well, we don't want to throw them out. Let's make chili. And that's perfect.
So if you want to recreate the recipe, do you do day old meat, day old burgers?
Yeah, you let the burgers sit out. No, I'm kidding. But no, you take that meat, because that's what my question is. I don't know if they took they made the burgers and they just had them sitting, or if they just still had the patties ready to go, and they were like, well, we got all these patties ready to go, but we don't want to just put them back in the fridge and have them be ready for the next day. Let's cook it and make it chili.
Yeah, chili con carne at Wendy's, a cup of spicy stew with our unique blend of rich and meaty ground beef, kidney beans, tomatoes, peppers, and other vegetables.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not tried it in the grocery store. So if anybody's picked that up, if it tastes like what you can get at the drive-thru, let us know. All right. You guys have a great day, great weekend. We will talk to you again here
Go Lions.
On Monday, and hopefully a Lions win.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yep.
Who's your picks out of the 4?
Lions.
That you'd like to go all the way?
Lions, Chiefs.
Lions, Chiefs.
Yeah. I don't like the Ravens. Hate the Ravens.
Yeah. But I would like to see Lions, Ravens. That would be probably the best. Best game to watch.
No.
But,
no.
Really, to me, it's more of what.
Why do you like the Ravens?
I like Lamar Jackson.
Oh,
I think he's a good quarterback.
All right.
He's fun. He's fun to watch. But I look more of, I like the Lions Chiefs idea because I feel like that gives them the best chance to win. The Lions.
Well, it gives us the best chance to see some great music.
That's true. Taylor Swift.
Tay-Tay.
More Taylor Swift. All right, everybody. You have a good one, and we'll talk to you